It's already 2025 and you still don't have a winning forex strategy. Well, make sure to watch this video until the end because I think I may have found the easiest forex strategy out there and the one that could be the game changer for your own trading. So in the beginning of the video I said this is an easy strategy, and it really is. All you have to do is to look at a couple of pairs and then pick one that you're going to be trading on, and also do it in a specific time during the trading session. So we don't trade throughout the whole day. We pick the New York or the London session, maybe both if you're okay with that, and then we only trade the first hour of the session. So London time, let's say that means for the London session, because what I've been doing lately is I've been trading the London session only based on this strategy, and I only care about the candles in between 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. Okay, so the first hour of the trading session. You can do the same with the New York session if you prefer that, based on your location. So local time in London, we're talking about 8 a.m. until 9 a.m. And this is when I'm looking for trading opportunities. We're looking for setups on the 5 minute time frame, and that's exactly why I said it's best to keep it simple, so only trade one or two pairs at most. I've got on my watch list about 3 or 4 pairs when I'm trading this strategy, but it doesn't mean I take trades on all of those instruments. In fact, I scan through those 3 or 4 pairs every morning, and then I decide which one I'm going to be looking for trades on. And in this case, we're going to be looking at pound dollar. Yesterday, I had a trade on this instrument based on this strategy. But if you follow the rules, if you only trade 1 hour a day, that specific hour, and if you're only looking at 1 or 2 pairs at most, like I said, this is going to be a very easy strategy, something that you can quickly grasp and implement it into your own trading. I wouldn't suggest trying out this strategy on a live account right away. You need to get used to, following the candles on the 5 minute time frame, using those fair value gaps. Get used to trade in that specific hour only. So it's probably best if you start on trading a demo or on a live account, but with a very, very small risk. So anyways, what we had yesterday on pound dollar, I'm looking at the 1 hour time frame. I went through pound yen, I went through euro dollar, euro yen as well, but I stopped on pound dollar. Okay, this is the one that I chose. And by the way, this is what we do in our premium Telegram channel every single morning. In fact, I've got plenty more instruments. I'm looking at around 10, 15, maybe even 20 instruments every single morning on the 1 hour, the 4 hour time frame, sometimes going down to the lower time frames as well. And I'm sending out a quick video analysis on all those instruments every single morning from Monday to Friday. So if you join the premium channel, you will know which pairs I'm going to be trading. I'm looking at what kind of, market direction or market behavior I'm expecting from those instruments based on whether we have news or not. All that is in the premium Telegram channel for a small monthly fee. So if you're interested, you can check out the links below this video, or you can send us a message on Telegram, probably the easiest way to contact us. So anyways, I'm looking at the 1 hour time frame here on pound dollar, and I was expecting that there's going to be another bearish leg to the downside. So we basically came up here, tested some previous structure, and we then dropped to the downside, breaking below some structure right here. And then eventually I was expecting that we're probably going to form another bearish leg to the downside. So I dropped down on the 5 minute time frame, and as you can see, I've already got a couple of vertical lines right here, and this is the hour between 8 and 9 a.m. in the morning, again London time. Just double check your local time zone to know which specific hour I'm talking about. So in between those lines, or during that 1 hour, is when I'm going to be looking for a fair value gap forming in the direction that I'm looking to trade. And if I get that, then I will execute a trade. And in fact, I did have a trade yesterday here on pound dollar. It's going to pop up on the screen right now, but we're going to go through the setup in this video as well, just to show you how this strategy works. So ideally we want to see that price has collected some stop losses before that, which it did right here, because as you can see, so we've got this previous high. During Asian session, we came up here, we took out those stop loss orders sitting above this structure, and then price immediately dropped, breaking below all this previous structure right here. So I was expecting to see something like this. Okay, and this is what I shared in the morning video, that specific morning in the premium Telegram channel. So let's see what happens next. So we move on to the next few candles, and right here we are already in that specific hour when we're looking to trade. So I immediately noticed this bearish momentum, this bearish candle pushing down. Okay, quite a lot of momentum, so I was expecting that we're probably going to continue even lower. Now, as soon as I saw that next candle right here, and that much momentum kicking in the market, I didn't even expect to see a pullback, because right in between those two candles, we've got a fair value gap. Okay, so I'm going to point that out, I'm going to mark it out on my chart, and if I said to myself, if price comes back all the way up here, I'm going to enter a short position. And so after such a strong momentum candle, I wasn't really expecting to get that pullback, and that's very important, because I didn't get that pullback to my entry level. I wouldn't be chasing price, I wouldn't be looking for trades. I did have a setup, my setup was valid, price didn't tag me in that trade, so that's absolutely fine. Just move on either to the next session and look for the same trade there, or just wait for the next day, wait for the next morning, and that's when I execute another trade again, if everything aligns based on my trading plan. But luckily enough, price went back to the upside, and right here I got tagged into a trade. So my trade looked like this. So I had my entry right here in the beginning of this fair value gap. I had about 8 pips, I believe, of a stop loss, so right around here. Okay, and what I would suggest is first try out this strategy looking for 1 to 2. Now, I'm not a big fan of fixed stops or fixed target levels. I'm always looking at market structure, but in the beginning you can try it out with 1 to 2. So we're basically looking for targets right around down here. We've got our entry around the 1.2464 level, slightly above that, and targets are 1.2548. So you know, this is if you're looking for 1 to 2. But what I like to do is, like I said, I like to look for some sort of market structure where I'm expecting to see the market going to next, probably test some previous levels. Now, if you look at the 15-minute time frame, okay, so we've got this kind of a demand zone sitting below price right here. And if we drop down to the 5-minute time frame to get a refined version of this demand zone, so I'm going to scroll to the left right here. So let's say we do it like this, just to have it a bit more tighter, not such a wide zone. So I don't know where to place my target. And in this case, I'm going to place my target all the way down here. So we've got around 1 to 2.6 risk to reward ratio. But on my original trade that you saw on my screen, I've got around 1 to 3.2. So my target was actually slightly below this zone, because I was expecting that even if we drop down here to retest that demand zone, we're probably going to drop slightly lower, just to take out some market participants which have placed their stop losses just below that zone. So knowing that there are stop losses sitting below this zone actually makes me think that we're probably going to break below, slightly below that zone before we reverse, if that happens. And obviously the market could easily continue past that as well. So that's why I believe I was looking for just over 1 to 3 on this specific setup, and the trade played out pretty nicely. Now, what I want to pay attention to is the setup itself and how this trade developed. So we're still looking at the 5-minute time frame. I got tagged into that trade because my entry was right here in the beginning of that fair value gap. And as you can see, this next 5-minute candle broke above the fair value gap, and it actually closed above it as well. Something that I don't like to see, especially when I'm already into that trade. But I didn't close it. I was still expecting that, we can easily come back down. And plus, I'm looking at the 15-minute time frame as well. So after such a strong momentum to the downside, I was expecting that we may have a little bit of a relief in price before we continue to the downside. So I didn't close my trade. I just kept looking at price action and, following the candles. And then the very next 5-minute candle almost covered the previous one. Didn't quite do it, but this is a good and a strong signal that we're probably going to see a continuation to the downside. So the next 5-minute candle actually confirmed my trading idea. So I was kind of chilling at this point, and I was expecting for the market to continue even lower and gather more momentum to the downside. Now, as soon as we tapped into this demand area, we then started trading sideways for a bit. But that's absolutely fine, because at this point my stop loss was sitting at break even already. And what I actually did was I did close a part of my position as soon as we broke below this right here, or right around the 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio mark. As soon as we hit 1 to 2, I believe I took out a part of my position and I let the half run to eventually hit the full take profit, which is sitting slightly below this demand zone. But as you can see, it did play with my nerves a little bit. We were trading sideways for quite some time, and we're already outside of this 1 hour of trading, but that's absolutely fine. Like I said, once you have your trade to break even, that's absolutely fine. You're basically risk free, especially if you've taken out a part of your profit. Then the worst case scenario, you're gonna get taken out a break even on your live trade, but you've already took a part of that position, so that means you made profit as well. Now later on, eventually we've hit a full take profit, and that position could have turned out to be much larger than the one that I actually did, but that's absolutely fine. Most of those setups are playing out very nicely, and you may not have a trade every single day, but you will definitely have a positive win rate with a positive risk to reward ratio as well. So definitely try this out. Give it a shot on a demo account, or like I said, if you want to go straight on live, just don't risk too much. Don't expose yourself to too much risk. But this is basically a strategy that you can try out in 2025, and this may be the strategy that is going to turn you from consistently losing to a profitable trader. All right, so let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think about this strategy? And again, if you want to join the premium Telegram channel where I'm sending out daily video analysis, it's about a 10-minute long video, and I'm going through each one of those pairs, so you will know what to expect for the day ahead, what kind of setups I'm looking for, and those could be the setups that you're taking advantage of and potentially making profit for yourself. Click on the link below this video, and I'll see you in the premium channel.